Hi, I'm Mike Franzone, and welcome to my channel. I always ask you to like, subscribe, and to share. Well, there was one positive coming from Joe Biden's State of the Union speech, a disgusting and distasteful speech as well. That one positive, her name was Sarah Sanders. Sarah Sanders is the newly elected Arkansas governor, and she delivered the GOP rebuttal to President Biden's speech. And what was wonderful is what she said, and maybe this is going to be our new mantra, right? She said this. It all boils down to this: our choice as Americans is normal versus crazy. So I pulled some excerpts from his speech. Just want to share those with you because she kind of woke us up, didn't she? Our choice is not Democrat or Republican. It's not right or left. We now know that our choice is normal or crazy. Now, she says this: being a mom to 3 young children taught me not to believe every story I hear. So forgive me for not believing much of anything I heard tonight from President Biden. From out of control inflation and violent crime to the dangerous border crisis and threat from China, Biden and the Democrats have failed you. She says it's time for a change. Tonight, let us reaffirm our commitment to a timeless American idea that government, watch this, government exists not to rule the people, but to serve the people. Democrats want to rule us with more government control, but that is not who we are. She goes on, she says at 40, I'm the youngest governor in the country. At 80, he's the oldest president in American history. I'm the first woman to leave my state. He's the first man to surrender his presidency, watch, to a woke mob that can't even tell you what a woman is. Let me say that again. He's the first man to surrender his presidency to a woke mob that can't even tell you, he says, tell you what a woman is. Now, she continues, in the radical left's America, Washington taxes you and lights your hard-earned money on fire. You get crushed with high gas prices, and we know that, right? Empty grocery shelves. Our children are taught to hate one another on account of their race and not to love one another because of our great country. She says the Biden administration has been completely hijacked by the radical left. And I think this is a very, very, what I would call a salient point. The Biden administration has been completely hijacked from the radical left. And what you're seeing coming from all the Marxists, all the little sycophants, all that radical left that have just basically are carrying Biden along because we know he is just not able and not up to the job. And we know that there's some other mental issues that he's experiencing right now. Sadly, I think that he's just delusional. She says America's dividing line was no longer a separation between right and left. The choice, here it is between normal or crazy. She says this. She says that Americans want common sense from their leaders, but Biden is busy doubling down on crazy. Our choices, normal or crazy, common sense or insanity, freedom or tyranny. President Biden, she says, inherited, this is a great point here. President Biden inherited the fastest economic recovery on record, the most secure border in history, cheap, abundant, homegrown energy, fast rising wages, a rebuilt military, and the world was stable and at peace. But over the last 2 years, Democrats have destroyed it all. Just think, if you gave the Democrats another 4 years, thank God that we at least won the House to slow some of this insanity and craziness and socialism down. If you give them another 4 years, I don't think America can come back. In 2 years, they destroyed so much of our country. We now have the worst border crisis in American history. It is an invasion. She says this: the need we had that we had. She expressed this rather. We have to secure the border and stop the flow of fentanyl in the United States. This is a drug responsible for the deaths of thousands every month. Every month. Remember the Democrats. They railed against, let's defund the police. She blasted Biden's weakness on foreign policy and especially China. Republicans will not surrender this fight, she says. We'll lead with courage. We'll do what's right and not what's politically correct or convenient. She continues, Republicans believe in an America where strong families thrive in safe communities, where jobs are abundant, paychecks are rising, where the freedom our veterans and their blood, shed their blood to defend, is the birthright of every man, woman, and child. She closes with this, America is great because we are free. But today our freedom is under attack and the America we love is in danger, and President Biden and the Democrats have failed you. It's time for a change. We know not what the future holds, but we know who holds the future in his hands, she says. And with God as our witness, we will show the world that America is still a place where freedom reigns and liberty will never die. Now that is a speech. That is a rallying cry. Let me close with this. Our choices is simple. Normal or crazy. Your choice, America. Common sense or insanity. Your choice. Freedom or tyranny. And my friends, it is our choice. I choose freedom. I choose common sense. I choose normal. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you and have a great day.